My mom died exactly 1 year ago and my dad met Normani on some cruise to Mexico 4 months later. I was 32, she was 28 and somehow she moved into our childhood home 3 months after meeting him, calling me sweetie at family dinners like she had been there forever, like she belonged there. I hated it, but I tried to stay calm. Dad got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in August. The doctor said 6 months, maybe 8 if we were lucky. Dad took it quietly with that small nod like he was accepting a dinner reservation, and Normani's first words were, should we still go ahead with our anniversary trip to Cabo? I couldn't believe it. She pulled up the resort website in the oncologist's office while my dad was learning he was dying. First chemo session, she showed up 45 minutes late because of a nail appointment she couldn't reschedule. My sister and I had been there since 6 in the morning. She walked in with her acrylic nails, saw Dad throwing up into a bucket and said she needed some air, then went to the hospital cafeteria FaceTiming her friends. By October, Dad couldn't walk without help. Normani hired a nurse, which sounds nice until you realize she did it so she wouldn't have to touch him. She said, I can't handle all the gross stuff, that's not what I signed up for. Meanwhile, she posted Instagram stories of yoga and wine nights with the girls. By November it got worse. Dad needed round-the-clock care. My siblings and I rotated nights. Normani said she would take Mondays and Thursdays. First Monday she called me at midnight with a migraine. Thursday her friend was having a crisis. Next Monday food poisoning. After 3 weeks we stopped scheduling her. Then came the money. Dad was barely conscious. She went through his office financial documents, called the lawyer twice asking about the will, tried to get power of attorney. When told it went to me, she asked Dad, who could barely speak, if he wanted to change it. The last week was the worst. Dad was in hospice. We were there every day taking shifts. Normani showed up maybe an hour crying dramatically, taking selfies, looking sad, then left 2 days before he died. She asked me when we would be done because of a girl's trip to Miami. I told her, go, just go. Dad died Thursday morning at 6:47. We were all there holding his hands. She didn't answer her phone when she returned from Miami. I pulled her aside. Maybe I misread everything. Normani, I know this is hard. She cut me off. Don't act like you care. Now I have to deal with all this funeral stuff. Miami was ruined because you kept calling. I stared at her. Dad just died. She rolled her eyes. Someone has to be practical at least. I'll get the house. Already called a realtor. That's when I knew she felt nothing. You know what, Normani, you will deal with the funeral. She smirked. Finally, some respect. The funeral was packed. Normani sat in the front row wearing a black veil like Jackie Kennedy. When it came time for family remarks, she stood to speak, started talking about their beautiful love story and how Dad was her soulmate. I couldn't take it anymore. I stood up in the middle of her speech. Shut up, Normani. The whole church went silent. She tried to continue. I walked up to the podium. You weren't his soulmate, you were his midlife crisis who couldn't even be bothered to be there while he was dying. I turned to everyone. This woman spent his last days shopping for her next husband on dating apps. She tried to change his will while he was on morphine. Normani's face went white. How dare you, you're not